Okay, hello everybody. 1 second, I'm gonna go open my window and let light come into my room because I love the sunlight, so hold on a second. Okay. Hello, I'm back. Okay. Oh, hey, I have an email. What a surprise. You know, I love Regina Spektor. Her music is amazing. Being from Russia, she moved to New York. She moved to the Bronx when she was 9, and her family was the only family like theirs who was Jewish and what else? And Russian. It was the first Russian family that had lived there in 20 years. So I thought that was kind of cool. So, you know, okay. So, I wanted to make another video about religion, and it's funny, I don't think I have it with me. I don't, unfortunately. But I want to talk about a book really quickly. This one right here. Same kind of different as me. It's a really, really great book. You know, it does mention God, it mentions churches, it mentions Jesus, it mentions whatever, but I can put that aside to read this book. It's a great book. It's about Ron Hall and Denver Moore. Ron Hall was an art collector through the 70s and 80s and 90s, and Denver Moore was a slave back in the, I don't know, 40s, 30s. Yeah, 40s I'd have to say, because he's like 70 something now. Whatever, like way back when. But this book is amazing, and I'll tell you why it's amazing, because it brings together two of the most unlikely people ever, through, you know, helping people out. Let me see if I can zip this up, because it's not wanting to go. Anyways, it's not gonna go. It's a size 3 and it still won't zip up. Aww. Okay, it's a great book because it shows us that we're all different, that we don't all share the same beliefs, but these two did believe in God, so that's okay. It's really, really sad, because you realize how much these men go through and how one's from privilege and one isn't. You know, how one had to work, you know, literally to make a living, and the other sold art as a living, and that's how he made money. I shouldn't even turn my fan off because it's really hot in my room now. Ugh. Okay. So I had to ignore the God factor in the book. I just had to read through it, be like, okay, whatever. Which makes me think, though, this brings up God, right? How many other books bring up God, quote unquote, Jesus Christ or whatever? And I have tons of questions about that. Like, you know, each person has their different views on religion, there are different things about God or whatever. But somehow, each of our beliefs or non-beliefs thereof, all come back to the same God, which I find quite funny because Christianity isn't the only religion. You've got Buddhism, you've got Judaism, you've got Confucianism, you've got Islam, you've got Muslim, ones that I haven't even heard of. And you have some religions that don't even revolve around the notion of God. And you know, I find it funny when some Christians tell me, "Oh, there's only one God." Really? Then why are there so many different religions? It's a good question. It's a good question. And you know, I get a lot of the people that I've talked to, you know, debates over YouTube and comments and people at school. Well, if God doesn't exist, then how did the world get here? You know, how did the earth come to be? Hold on a second, I have to turn on my fan. Turning it off is a mistake. Okay. You know, how did we come to be here? You know, that's one of the things that science, hasn't quite gotten an answer to, and Christians or any people of any religion they don't really have an answer to. They want to just chalk it up to, oh, God created us. Okay, so then where did God come from? And all of the time I'm hearing, oh, well, he was just there. Well, no, something can't just form out of, something just can't be there. There has to be a beginning to it. Reading through the Bible when I was younger, they talked about God created the earth in 7 days and all of this crap and everything. And it's like, okay, well, let me get this straight. Where did God come from? I'm not understanding this concept. Even when I was a believer, it didn't make sense to me. And then for God to kill off all the animals and all the people and only take like several of them on his huge ark, which actually technically really isn't possible because wood could not amount to that amount of force that the water was. But anyways, it's not the point. The point is, there's not enough evidence. You need scientific, you need hypothesis. What is the hypothesis about God? If we could make one, what would be the God hypothesis? I've read The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins, and it brought up a lot of valid points. How, we're literally brainwashing our children to be religious zombies. If I ever have children, I'm not gonna raise them under any pretense of anything. Whether that be gender or sexuality or religious beliefs or whatever. I don't care. They could be gay, pansexual, transitioning, believing in unicorns and rainbows and leprechauns. I do not care. I think there's so much more to this world than religion. I think there's so much more to this world than putting your kids in a school system that is gonna fuck them up. It's just gonna fuck them up. Any school will fuck your kid up if they do the wrong thing. It fucked me up. It's besides the point. Getting off the point here. The point is that religion, there's too many loopholes. Where did God come from? How was he here? How did Jesus raise from the dead after 3 days? Because that's scientifically impossible. I mean, once you're dead, you're dead. I mean, unless you're, I don't know, but you can't, once you're deceased, your body starts to shut down. Your organs start to decompose. Your brain, there's no oxygen, there's no blood flowing. So how the fuck did his blood start flowing back into his body and all this shit? Because he'd probably have some serious brain damage or something. But anyways, okay, zombie Jesus, that'd be funny actually to make a movie about. Oh, that'd be so cool. I do believe many years ago that there was a guy called Jesus, and he helped people, and he did what he could. He helped the homeless, he helped people who were really struggling. But do I believe that he turned water into wine and made part of the seas, and maybe that was Moses? I don't even know my biblical stories because it's all bullshit to me. We're so set up on, oh, this is live? I don't mind her live work though. Okay, we're so set on the factor of, well, I believe in God, so there has to be a God. Well, okay, that's belief. There's a difference between belief and actual facts. Do you know what I'm getting at? Show me actual scientific evidence, show me a hypothesis, show me, that God actually exists, not through, oh, well, I saw him when I died, or I've seen him heal the sick. Okay, it's actually been proven that prayer, when you're praying for people who are sick, really doesn't do anything, and I don't really believe in the act of prayer, honestly, because, I've prayed for tons of shit, tons of good shit, not selfish shit, not like a new car or anything, but I've prayed that, well, I did pray that my grandpa died and then he died, but he was already sick anyways, this fuck bastard that he was. There's been actual studies, and I wish I had the book with me, but I don't, that prayer for someone when they're sick doesn't do anything. I think it was in 1996 or 1993 that Richard Dawkins, from some London chronicle, looked up prayer and sick, and there were only 3% that got better, and the other 90 fucking 7% died. So I mean, it's fine line, I think we're so fooled into believing that there's a God. I think we're so fooled into believing that there's a heaven and there's a hell. There is no heaven and there is no hell. Earth is our heaven, earth is our hell. Right now is my heaven and right now is my hell. And when we die, I can't tell you what happens. I don't know. I think when we die, because you hear people all the time talking about, oh, well, I saw Jesus and I saw God and I saw this white light and everything. And, a lot of people have said that, but I think it has something to do with the brain. I think it has something to do with the chemicals in the brain that when you die, they release these amazing fucking memories and it's like death is the ultimate orgasm, so I've heard. I don't know. I don't ever want to die soon. Anytime soon. I'd like to live for a long, long time so my heart can keep beating and be fucking amazing and awesome. Okay. And so many people are like, oh, and then they start talking about Adam and Eve and all this bullshit. It's like, okay, so let me get this straight. There was Adam and Eve, right? Okay, so then where did other people come from? And that's a good question, and here I'll answer it for you. Incest, folks. Fucking incest. That's what happened. Adam and Eve had kids. They fucked their kids fucked their kids. It just keeps going on and on. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. I did not mean to offend anyone. Totally not what I was going for. So I apologize, but think about it, like, how did we, I don't know, I've heard debates on the Big Bang Theory, I've heard debates on the God theory, actually, and I think there's more scientific proof behind the earth being here created by natural forces, not spiritual forces, but believe what you want to believe, whatever. I'm up for valid points, I'm up for valid discussions. Guys, let me know. If you guys have any, articles or anything about religious and scientific debate or anything, send them my way, please. I would greatly appreciate that. That'd be amazing. So, my cat is sleeping over there. Mr. Sleepyhead is sleeping. He hasn't been outside yet because we're scared that he's gonna get away or something. Last time we moved, he ended up on someone's roof. So, in their attic. So I don't know how the fuck he got in there, but he did. Okay, guys. This is Paige saying goodbye for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay. Bye.